So I want to show you these before and after shots of what the Zaku 2 looks like before the pla-plate. So here's a point of reference. Here's what Zaku 2 looked like without the pla-plate, and here it is with my pla-plate on. You see? Now, the sensor, which everybody asked me to select number 2, kind of figured everybody wanted number 2, and the 2 missile pods are being held with putty, with the sticky putty thing that I use to hold up parts when I airbrush. Are just put on right now, so that way you can all see what it looks like, you know, before I assemble it and paint it and stuff. But the look that I have here is pretty much what I was looking forward to, and it looks really nice. I didn't do a lot of pla-plate around the entire lower body. I kind of focused on the top, considering that on the bottom there's not going to be that much use of it other than the fact that it's going to be bent down and kneeling. The shoulder, as you can see here, let me bring it up close so you can see. As you can see, I give it a more of a stronger, like a different look to it than the standard, you know, spikes. I have a distinct feeling I may have to fool around with this a little bit more. I'm not too 100% sure yet. I gave it a lot of surface, detailed here, so I can, when I get decals for it, be able to put it on top and the bottom. This area here, I was scribing with the with this and with the hobby knife, so that way I can make my own panel line here. This part here gave me a lot of trouble. I was trying to make my own like vents, and I had so much trouble creating them, and then I have to I didn't like how it came out, so I had to remove them, put another place, another series of vents on it. And eventually, of course, with pla-plate, if you put too much glue, the pla-plate tends to melt. So I was starting to damage the inside of this, so I had to cover it up with this. So an idea which I just thought of a couple of hours ago was maybe I should put something like a holder for the axe, because I didn't want to introduce the axe in this build. I don't know why. I just thought maybe it would have been a little bit out of place. Let me see if I can find it first, guys. Give me a moment. Oh, here it is. As always, it's a bit of a work in progress here, so we just have to work with what we have. So we all know that the axe tends to be here by the waist, but how about something like over here facing this way, in which case it will turn his arm and then he'll be able to get it like that, and then boom, swing it out like that. Tell me what you guys think. If that's alright or not. I don't know. Many of you may think maybe I should put the Fountain House over here. But again, it's something that I don't want to do because of the positioning of this kit in my diorama. So again, this is something that I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this one more time. But I did mold it in a way where I can turn it easily. It's very flexible. Give it a lot of detail around the arms here. Didn't do nothing here. Again, the surface detail, I'm going to use it to put on some decals, as you can see. I put this one here, which came out okay for both sides. The faceplate came out really nice on it. I'm going to modify it a bit more because, as you can see, there's a gap in between the this and the head, so I may cover that up as well. Another thing that I wanted to show you is the hands. Now, there are four sets of hands per side. You have the normal fist hand, which of course can be used for the axe. You'll have the pistol grip hands, which can be used so it can have the machine gun on this side for a lefty, which I may be considering doing that. I'll explain that as we continue with this build. The next hand is this little weird, you know, like two-finger touch thingy, like that. No, this is actually the left hand. I mean, sorry, this is the right hand. Going back to the hand gesture, it'll be nice if it, like, he's looking this way. He has the gun here, but he's telling his guys to hang out, you know, stop. And those are the guys that are coming in this way. So this is a possibility that I may use this hand. Another hand is this one, which is the, I could use, you know, I can put the machine gun hand here, and then I can tell, you know, he can do this, like, yo, stay right there, don't do anything. So I'm torn between both hands. I'm gonna clean it up, I'm gonna paint them, and I'm gonna have them prepared, and then I'll see, you know, we'll try both hands, see how it looks. Alright, so there you have it. I think I'm kind of done. I'm gonna touch up a little bit more, and I'm going to start priming this kit. So give me a minute, I'm going to prepare this kit for painting. Okay, so now I'm going to begin painting the Zaku 2. And I was looking at the kit itself to find out what colors I should make or use for this kit. I could easily use the same colors, or use a variation of it and change it up a bit here and there. The one colors that will stay the same will probably be the rocket launcher, the rockets itself, which will be painted wine red. I kind of like that color. It's a nice dull color, so it should be perfect for that. I'll get that ready soon. The remaining parts is going to be a bit tricky. So I was reviewing the paints that I had. At one point I was actually going to think of making it a light grayish tone, but then I remembered, wait a minute, I just did that with the Type C, so I don't want to do that again. But I did like to try something different, and in the end I kind of said no, I'll probably use these colors that I have already here. So the Zaku 2 has a two-tone color. The body itself is kind of like a darker green, while the remaining parts, the legs, the arms, the head, and the shield, is a lighter tone of green. So I have two greens here that I want to show you. For the darker green, I was thinking of using, and you're gonna have to figure me, I have to look at it again. Here we go. Khaki Drab Xfx 51. I don't have a piece of paper where I can actually show you, but it is a kind of like a brownish greenish color, which should look well with this kit for the body frame. For the limbs, I'll definitely use the olive green. The olive green looks nice. It's, if I put it together with both of them, let me see here. It's kind of hard to show this on camera, and there's not enough light here, but it's a darker greenish tone for the body. Wait a minute, let me review this. If I do the body darker olive, the outer side would be... No, you know what? I'll look at the other way around. So yeah, the khaki green will go for the body. Excuse me, the khaki drab. And then the olive green will be the limbs. Now for the darker color areas, which happens to be the knees, the chest plate, the ends of the feet, and I even think the backpack the backpack as well, I'm going to use RML gray. It's a lighter tone, and I think it would be probably perfect for this kit. So let's work on these parts first. That's what's going to be painted. The RML green. Okay, so now we're ready to paint the RML gray. I said RML green by accident. We'll start with the missile launchers. I spent a good portion of my day trying to sand down the parts again after I primed them with my primer, because a lot of the priming liquid ballooned up a bit and created bubbles, so I had to sand them down, re-prime them again. So, you know, something that you have to do, unfortunately. Alright, so that one came out okay. Now we're going to do the chest piece. Just a light coat, of course. I don't want to oversaturate these parts. This one, of course, is the shield, which is the inside of it. And I gotta do it this way. Again, doing it just one pass. Here are the elbows, the elbow armor. I know this is supposed to be darker, but I kind of like it this color this way. Here's the knee. I put a little putty inside. I actually purchased some putty to fill in the inside of that. There we go. Now this one is the foot. The bottom part of the foot is the one that I wanted to paint. Can see this. There we go. I don't want to oversaturate this. I just wanted to give it just enough for it to seep in, and then I'll give it a second coat. I'm going to do the same color on the umbilicals for around the waist. Imagine the people who paint the real grade version of this, since the umbilicals have that individual plastic parts. and they got to paint each and every one of them. That must be a hassle and a challenge. My hat's off to anyone who actually did that. PM me and let me know if you guys actually did that. That's good enough. And then the last part here, of course, is the backpack. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to finish up these parts and then we'll move on to the next color.